Voy para allá, vamos a esperar. Espérate, déjame. Eso es lo que le pasa cuando uno nunca está ready. Peoples, hello! And that happens again. So welcome to Latin.
Thank you.
How was the trip over here?
It was good. No, not too much traffic.
Nobody knows where we at. I love it. Echa para acá. Okay, yeah. Well, we have Miss Vero today, and thank you so much. I know that we've been trying to do this for a long time, and it's always something happening in our lives.
Life is lifing.
Pero I wanted to say thank you for coming over to the office to talk to me, to talk to everybody, and welcome to Latin Financial Podcast.
Thank you. I'm super excited for this opportunity. I am so grateful for everything you do and our continuous friendship, how you've known each other forever.
Don't tell. No, oh my goodness, how long has it been?
Over 30 years.
We look good. Okay.
So yeah, I'm very, very grateful. I feel like we're family. We've always been family, and yeah, I'm excited.
I love it. So tell me, how was your Thanksgiving, first of all? Because I know that just happened. So tell me.
So Thanksgiving was nice. I hosted.
Okay.
My son came with all his friends, my daughter, my parents were there, and had big news. My sister got engaged on Thanksgiving.
Are you kidding me? Oh, congratulations, mamita. Holy cow. Espérate. No. Oh, my goodness. So, well, I'm pretty sure, she's going to tell this story. You're going to be next then. How was it?
It was, I was in on it. Her fiance was super nervous. We were playing music. He got to the corner. They were taking pictures, and he's like, how we do it? I was like, I'm going to change it to like a love song. So I put Jagged Edge, Let's Get Married, and she was taking selfies, and he got on one knee. When she turned around, she started crying.
Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness.
And then my dad started crying. Once my dad started crying, everybody else started crying. But
well, me imagino tú ahora empezando a, is she already planning? Like, it was always her dream, or this is completely a surprise?
Well, she kind of said we suck at surprises. She kind of knew. I don't know if she's ready for planning, but she knows next year is her niece. My daughter's 315. Okay. So we gotta wait till the following year. I can't do 2 weddings at once. Basically.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I can imagine. Oh my goodness, and she's been super quiet. I haven't seen her.
She's a housewife. That's what
my goodness. Okay, te tenemos que sacar. Ya tú sabes, mamita. No, there's so many. In 5 minutes that we were catching up, there were so many great and amazing things that you were telling me. So let's start for, everybody knows you anyway, but introduce yourself and tell me, who is Veronica?
So, for those who don't know me, I am Veronica Ruiz. A lot of people call me Vero, short for Veronica. Born and raised in Hartford. I am a proud Puerto Rican woman. I am a mother to a 19-year-old son and a 14-year-old daughter who thinks she's 21. I am all about the community. I love to give back to the community. That's always been my passion. Because of that, I went and got my education as an adult, and that's something I always advocate. I am an adult learner, and I'm proud of that. And I'm a first generation everything. So
Goodness, yes.
I have a bachelor's in human services, a master's in organizational leadership, a master's in psychology and applied behavior analysis, and I'm working towards my PhD in human services and organizational development.
Phenomenal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
As a Latina woman in Hartford, tú sabes, en esta área que, you don't, es como, I don't know if that happened to you, that it did, because, we've known each other for so long that we always looked up to the same people.
Yes.
There wasn't a lot of many strong women back then that they were making noises.
Absolutely.
And I know that we were looking at the same people, and now everybody, you see them, Gladys. Gladys es una que es la madrina de todas las mujeres
acá. One of my
mentors. Marilyn también está, with congratulations, yes, that you're going to mention everything that you want to. But there's so many, and then there's there's our generation coming through and passing through, and you know, and making sure that everybody else who follows are there and they have the tools. But I'm so proud of you. I've been seeing you, you know, struggling like I was, you know, doing a lot of things, and at the end, you are such a powerful woman, and I love that about you.
Thank
and
you.
Everything that, and I know that nothing is easy. Nothing, you know, your story. I can't wait to read the book, or even though that I know your story, but you know, put it in writing and share with others, because holy cow, we never had it easy, right?
We did it, and I was challenged a lot growing up, especially in the field of nonprofit sectors. It's always male dominant.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of jobs are male dominant, so I had a lot of imposter syndromes. I had a lot of fear of being identified as the loud Puerto Rican. So I never went to interviews with my hair curly. I always wanted to be the quiet one, even though I always ended up being the loud one. But I always had that fear that I didn't want to seem too much. And it's like recently, in the last few years, I just learned who I am. And the reason to that is also being a mother to a daughter. I have to lead by example.
Yeah.
So even just experimenting, or like even just taking my daughter last year for the first time in Puerto Rico, she cried because she felt this connection, and she's like, there's so many girls that look like me, and I'm explaining to her what's the difference with Afro Latina, and just, you know, we're in a moro, and she's just looking out and just knowing that she belongs.
And she's asking questions, right?
Yes.
It's not like, I think that I never asked the right questions, or I was afraid to do so. You know,
but she asked those questions, and the second time we went 2 years in a row. You know, for those that don't know, my daughter was the Miss Preteen Puerto Rico Greater Hartford 2023. So we experienced Junta Boricua with Sonia last year, and that was her second time going. And she's like, "Can I stay for the summer?" And I'm like, "Jamaican, you stay for." That. She's upset I didn't take her this year because I went twice. I got to see Bad Bunny, but
I did. I should have known that was going.
But just being able to stand in my own truth, because as she grew up, she has curly hair. I never wanted to blow dry her hair. I wanted her to embrace and love her hair, her color, her culture, and I had to take my own advice.
That's so beautiful, you know, knowing that, you know, that you finding yourself at the same time that she's finding herself and the true who she is. And I love that about your daughter. She has done so much. And how old is she now?
She just turned 14.
Oh my goodness. And she's always there, you know, community events, helping, you know, elderly, young people. You know, she just got this aura. It's like you said, she doesn't look her age.
Yes.
You know, and it's all about the mentality too.
Yeah.
So I'm so okay. So what else Veronica is doing right now? What do you do?
So I like exciting news.
Share. Well, I got it ready. Salud. Okay.
So my new adventure is called Visionary Youth. It is a organization.
You have an exclusive over here.
Yes.
Okay.
We are up and running. Me and my partner decided to do, it's an evidence-based, faith-based organization that we are providing resources to the city of Hartford and beyond. So anything and everything, as in helping with consulting, that's my expertise, positive youth development, community resources, community events, but also collaborating with him because his area of expertise is faith-based. So having any initiatives in that aspect and combining them together.
That you don't see that. We were talking before that. You do see it from one aspect all the way to the corner to the quiet ones that we either. Do you think that we embarrassed to say, we lead by God, or
I think there is a stigma.
Yeah, there
is a stigma. I myself, not that I had a stigma, but I went through my journeys of different religions because I wanted to know where I belonged. And at the end, there's one God, no matter what you call it.
Yeah.
But just having that mentality that aligned with what it is. My best friend, she started her journey with God about 2 years ago, and she tried to get me to church. I would go here and there to support her, and she, again, like I told you, would tell me, if saying God or prayers is too much, I was very spiritual. She's like, replace it with universe. manifestations
I do
are
like that.
prayers. So, and over the summer, as everyone goes through things, I was laid off, and it was a challenging summer for me. Even though I always kept a smile on my face and I posted.
People, they don't know, right? Yeah.
It was a struggle, and I had to be patient, but at the same time, I had to ask myself or ask God what was His lesson He was teaching me, and because of that, I was able to find my way back to church, and just go. And again, being a provider, being an alpha woman, that's something that we all want to be, is by choice or by life. I really had to learn and let go and not be in control, and let God. And that's where I'm at spiritually, faith-based wise. So I'm excited with that journey, but that's a personal journey and an intimate one where I'm not embarrassed of, but I'm still learning and I'm experiencing.
That's what I was gonna say. Even though that is the stigma, like I said, I chose the word embarrassment, which I don't know why it came into my mind. It just now, you got your journey, I got mine, and it's like I have my one-on-ones, with him, and I'm still finding that I have a long way to go, long way, because mine. Like I told you, I'm up and down. I'm mad all the time, but I'm also grateful at the same time. I just don't understand what is the meaning of my journey right now, because I was, always with the +1.
Yeah.
So now it's like, who's Sonia now? Now, so it's a journey that, I can't wait to experience. But at the same time, I'm scared. I should be looking up, and that I always text you, and thank you for the texting, throughout the whole year and before that, because that helps. Oh my goodness, maybe I can actually reach out to her. And I see you in social media, and I learn from you and many other ones. But this is your time, so I'm gonna shower you with, oh my goodness, because you deserve this, and you deserve a lot more. So it's a new year coming up, the 2026. What do you want to do? What are the things that you want to do, and maybe something that you already gonna, you're already planning.
So
I can't wait.
I think everything I want to do, I'm gonna do.
Salud to that, dale, mira.
It. So my goal is by December next year to finish my PhD. It was supposed to be May, but again, things happen.
Okay. Yeah.
Life hurdles. I want to continue growing my organization. Not I want to, I'm going to.
You're going to. I was just going to say that. Yes, you're going to.
But I also want to continue learning and being present during these accomplishments. Because again, as women, we're so go. I'm very goal-oriented. Yeah. That's one thing that anybody that knows me knows. If I set a goal, I'm going to make it one way or another. But then when I make it, I'm already focused on the next one. I don't embrace that moment.
You are 100% right. It happens a lot to me. That now when I look back, I'm like, that happened not too long ago. But I didn't fully, embrace it.
Yes.
What the hell happened? I'm still happy because I did it. But I should have been more present.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I learned that a lot. That like after a while, it's like you want to embrace these beautiful activities.
Do you think that is because we tend to say we didn't deserve it?
That could be the imposter in us. The imposter syndrome is something real. It's funny because this weekend I went to June Archer's Celebration of Life.
That was this weekend?
Yes. It was a great time at the Marriott, and he stopped as always. He's very I don't remember if you were there for Kehlani's Boss Babe brunch when he was the speaker, and he indicated
I met him in the 100
Women of Color.
Yeah,
but for that Boss Babe brunch, I told him this that night. He told all the women there to remove the terminology humble from our vocabulary.
Really?
He was like, we shouldn't be humble because that's like putting ourselves down to an extent. Like, no, you
and
deserve
I think you
it.
say that a lot,
and we do because you think it's a positive word, but it isn't. Because why should we be humble? We should be excited and deserving because we did that work.
That's so true. That's so true.
So when I seen them on Saturday, he's like, you know, he's like, I'm
You remember?
following. Yeah, he was like, and he's like, I'm still following you, and then I'm like, I appreciate that. But also, that also, with the growth of everything of next year, I want to continue my networking, and I still want to.
You are amazing at it, so you know definitely you gotta continue doing that, not only for others but for yourself, because
Absolutely.
you're good at it.
Well, not only that, like you don't realize the relationships you build, like in time of need. Again, I was laid off, and like once I posted, I was searching the overwhelming support that through DMs, text messages, building more connections. I'll introduce you to this. I did not realize how many people I knew. And it's funny because my daughter's like, we can't go out nowhere because you stop every 5 minutes to say hi.
I love that.
And I'm like, well, you know, but you never know when that collaboration, that support, that resource,
that opportunity.
Yeah, and so why not? Like, why not? And that's something I'm very, very hopeful. Well, I'm not hopeful. I know I'm going to continue building on. But I just know 2026 is nothing but good things. 2025 was a challenging year. Very, very many downs than ups than normal. I did get divorced in 2025. We separated in 2024, and now again, like you said, you're getting used to that, not having that +1.
Yeah.
My thing was me finding myself, because you know a lot of people were surprised, but as a marriage, what happens behind closed doors should stay behind closed doors.
That's one of the things that about you. You're very social, but you're also super private. So to go through that alone, and everybody, and you have to be in places saying hi to everybody, and it's so true because nobody would have known because you didn't show it.
To be honest, when I was at events, that's where I started feeling I was finding myself again. Like I felt like my authentic self, unlike when I had to go home and I felt like I had to portray an individual. So that was the challenging part. You know, we are cordial. You know, my son still lives with his dad, and you know, try to be as cordial as possible, you know, but you know, people are still healing, and I respect that. You know, I still have a lot of love for his family, but you know, that was one obstacle. And then after that, moving out with my daughter, starting all over, it's like,
how was that? I can imagine. And you know, is it the same or is it a different chemistry? You know,
it's different because one, I wasn't expecting my son to stay with his dad.
Oh God, yes.
But as he was 18 at the time. As a young man, he's like,
Mom, let me go.
Exactly. He's like, I'm good with that, and I'm like, okay.
No, we just
all right. But now it's just me and my daughter, and then sometimes I even question, like, am I not being enough mom for him? Because he's not under the same house. However, you know, we still communicate, check in, and everything. So, but I think too, building that with my daughter, that comfortability, her seeing my hustle, her seeing me get up and doing this and doing that, and she's like, all right, well, can I go? What can I do? It's really, really beneficial. But we do fight like cats and dogs, because that's what daughters and mothers do.
I can attest to that with my daughter. You know, it's kind of crazy because now I don't know, I had this conversation a few days ago, and they asked me, oh, so you own your own company, so you can take your time off. And I was like, no, more than ever, I worked, you know, double or maybe more. But my daughter doesn't allow me to stay home. She's like, no, you know, if I take in 5 days in 11 months, it's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's all because of her. She makes me continue to find myself while she's doing the same thing, and she's very private. But I think that she's blossoming in so many events that we have been through. And, you know, I think that deep inside, even though that she doesn't say it, she likes it. You know, when you come in and, hey, you know, and hey, Wendy, how are you? She's going to kill me for this. But, you know, I just see her, how she started in the business and how she's doing right now. I'm super proud of her. I mean, I tell her every chance I get.
I've seen her since she was a little girl as well.
Right?
So, like, just seeing her blossom and being that social individual, because she wasn't never that social one.
No.
Out of your two kids, she was always in the corner. And even though
I don't know those kids. I'm telling you.
Even though she'll be in a corner, you go up to her. She's the sweetest as pie.
Yeah.
She's so social. But she's like a good human being.
We creating this new generation that they know what's right and wrong.
Yes.
You know, that they are gonna, that we know that they're out there, they're gonna decide the best option for them and for us. Yeah. So I have no doubts that they're gonna do amazing things, and with our support, what can they do? I mean, it's going to be amazing, you know, in the next 10 years,
it's
looking at them, right?
Yeah, it's super exciting just to see how, like, you know, we're planting those seeds. And once we see that come to fruition, it's like, wow, we had a part of it.
I know, right? we had a good run back in the day, but look at us now. By the way, I am going to be a grandma.
I know, I'm super excited.
First time. It's in the house, you have no idea. It's just, we finally talking about the baby all the time. Awesome. You know, and she's been amazing. She said, you know, we all at home, and it's the conversations that we never had before, that I never had with, you know, my family. And it's so refreshing. And just, I love coming back home. I love working harder so I can continue to have that beautiful home and that beautiful, I don't care about the things, you know, I declutter, by the way. I think less is better, you know, but I'm going through that journey, and I don't know what.
Until you see the little footsteps.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I told my son the other day, I got up and I got so happy, and he's like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I had a dream about, I didn't saw his face, but I saw his, you know, in the hallway, like the steps, you know, back and forth. And I was like, my mind already went so ahead that he was already walking.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? But I was so happy that day, and I'm still am. And I was like, wow, that's you know, coming home to that. I can't wait.
So now the big question.
Okay. Oh no.
What are you gonna be called?
I don't know. You know what? It's kind of funny because, you know, he told me the same thing. My son calls me viejita. Mm-hmm. Every time. I didn't even notice when that started. and now I'm like, what the hell? But I answer, you know, I'm like, yeah, you know. But, no, I don't know. Whatever he wants, I'm fine with anything, you know.
So beautiful.
He's juggling with some names right now. And there's one that is popping again, completely what I wasn't expecting.
That's awesome.
But I can't wait. Mm-hmm. So the baby shower,
I
send you the invitation. But yeah, let's go back to you.
Okay.
Anyway, let's go back to you. So what else you want to share with everyone? Other females that are watching, that maybe they feel like they can do things.
So what's one advice I give females? Find yourself a support system. Find yourself a mentor. And I know it's challenging because people are lifing and you don't want to be a bother. You don't want to... But you'll be surprised when you find a circle, or not even, like, people gravitate to you. Keep those relationships. Mm-hmm. I was blessed with a circle of friends who, to this day, we've been friends for 19 years. And... wow. I had to break a lot of stigma with my parents because, again, they're old school. So my parents didn't understand, like, oh, you already graduated high school. That was enough. When I started hanging out with my friends, I was a mom with a job. Single mom with a job. They already all had degrees. They already knew what they were doing. And I started my first job at Compass Peace Builders. I was a program coordinator there, and one of my students checked me. And he's like, I was saying, hey, what college you going to? And he's like, miss, but you didn't go to college. Why I gotta go? And I was like, enough said.
There you go.
But I did the weekend program. With that being said, my mom didn't want to watch my kids.
Really interesting.
Because in her mind, it's like, you don't need that. You know, she will watch them as a socialize, but not to the school. So, and I already had my daughter, but then I had 2 kids. I started college at 30. So one friend would take
Never too late.
Never too late.
Yeah.
I've been in school for the last 12 years. I'm 42. But one would take them. The other one would take them. You know, my best friend and her sister and our daughters are born the same year.
I know that.
So 2011 was a really popular year, apparently. Not playing, but it was popular.
We were doing the same thing. Oh my goodness.
And so I didn't have that. Like, I had my cousins growing up. You know, I have, you know, my female cousins. But for my daughter to be provided that, because she's the only girl, it's a beautiful thing. But next year we got 3 Sweet 15s.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to have 3 proms, 3 graduations, like, just imagine. And they're all coming out at each other's Sweet 15. We started in January, ending in December. So January, October, December.
They have that friendship that you guys have. I see the videos and the get-togethers, and they are there. They're going to go through the same things, but they already have you guys to explain to them, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay not to agree. You know, it's not okay to, you know, to have different sense of, you know, styles, thinking, you know. But you guys are there. You guys are involved. That's amazing.
But not only having that circle of friends, it's okay to have different pockets of friends.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
That's one thing that as I gotten older, I learned. Because, you know, I have my friends to enjoy life with. But then you have, like, friends who just gravitate to you, that just reach out.
Yeah.
Or, you know, that become mentors, you know, like, it could be as simple as doing brunch.
And it's okay. You know, I think I used to feel bad, but talking about 20 years, you know, we always been talking to other people. But it's true. You have to talk to everybody else because you feel it's 100%, because I had this conversation with a close friend of mine, and I was just like, go and spread your wings. It's okay to talk to somebody else.
Absolutely.
But back in our day, it was like you're
my friend and that's it.
Yes. You know, oh my goodness. Like you couldn't speak to nobody else because you felt even guilty.
Yeah.
You know, if you were going forward in life, oh my goodness, I have to, you know, that feeling of leaving people behind. And it's okay. It's okay, you're not leaving them behind. It's basically you choosing what to do next.
But if you do leave them behind, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant to be, and that's okay too. There's times that I may not talk to my best friend for months, but that doesn't mean she's no longer my best friend.
Yes.
You know, there's times we go months without seeing each other, but guess
But
what?
when
the second that text goes out,
I love it.
We're like, where we at?
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like that support right there, and also always be open to everything, because you never know. You never know what it'll bring you, what happiness or what purpose.
Yeah.
So those are like my advice to people. But a mentor is very important. Someone that you can learn from and they could pave your way. Like, you know, I've always identified every time I'm either acknowledged or speaking, I identify 3 mentors and you're one of them.
Oh,
I always identify
way.
you. I always identify Aude, and I always identify Gladys because, you know.
3 different generations, but we still... Yeah.
But not only that,
so much
strong
respect for each other.
Puerto Rican women. You know, like it's not like you're gatekeeping.
Yeah.
It's not like you're not supporting. Like, because you'll be like, I nominated you for this. And then I have Gladys, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, we have to do that. I didn't have nobody to do it for me.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, it's not only that, it just, I see those, you know, those opportunities. And automatically, I think of different people.
Excellent.
You know, I love that. Yeah.
And like even just building now that I'm going through this new adventure with Visionary Youth, like, you know.
I love the name, by the way.
Thank you.
Love it.
Just building those relationships, like with Brown's coaching, Jalissa, like she's like, whatever you need. I'm like, well, whatever you need. We're like, okay. She'll just, and then just even her just calling me to just say she was thinking about me. Like, again, like I met her through a social event, a networking event. And we continue bumping in, and look, like, again, different pockets. I did my first fellowship Friendsgiving at her church a few weeks ago. She invited me. And so that was a beautiful experience because at the end of the day, like, I don't get a lot of invites like that. You'd be surprised. Like, it's different paths, and it's like I could have been like, that's not my thing, because I never experienced.
You went ahead,
and I went and had an amazing time. It was great food, it was great conversation, great fellowship. So it's like something that I will always cherish. So just again, for all the women out there, and don't think there's a manual, don't think you're behind, don't think, because my best friend always tells me, who are you in a race with? And my answer will always be myself.
That's true.
Because I, again, being an adult learner, I had my son at 24, but like, I felt like I had to catch up professionally. And I always feel like I have to do more. And now I'm at the point where, like, I did what I did.
Yeah. But look at you now. It's amazing. What do you want to, obviously, you want to, you know, finish the school. What else do you want for yourself? You want to travel?
Oh, I absolutely want to travel. I have my bucket list. I want to go to Portugal. I want to go to.
That's from by the way, I did my daughter make sure for my birthday to have a DNA. And there's a huge person. I thought he was my father. He was Italian. It was Portuguese.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're planning so.
Yeah, I would love to go out anywhere in Europe, Paris, France. Yeah. I don't care. Anywhere in the world. I'm a little worried about Japan and China. Just the food.
Yeah. You gotta do things differently. It's like for some reason, you would have asked me 20 years ago where you wanted to go, and I was like, France or something, Italy. And then 10 years ago, yes, France, Italy. And now I'm like, anywhere.
Yeah,
anywhere. Just let me, and that is in my pocket, in my view. It just, I wanted to do something company-wise and business. So I just don't know yet. So, but it's okay not to know.
It's exciting too, because then it's like,
I'm planning slowly, okay, that sounds good. Should I do it by myself? It's okay to do it by yourself. I talk to myself a lot.
Traveling?
It's okay.
I will say, I feel traveling is good with a smaller group.
Yeah.
Because
too much drama. So I heard stories.
Yeah. I love all the people in my life, but sometimes, even with my daughter, she get a little too pricey. I'm like, you stay home for this trip. But,
oh my goodness.
But I also want to write a few books.
I'm so scared to do that. I told somebody many years ago that they asked me, and I was like, I just don't know where to start. But there's so many tools out there that it can actually help me. Maybe as another person who can actually write it for me, or little things like that. But I think everybody has a
story.
Yeah.
So my first book I want to write about is literally parenting through trauma.
Wow.
Because as a mother, you don't realize the vicarious trauma and even the trauma itself we go through as women, as individuals, how it affects us in parenting. And it's different because I have a boy and a girl. It was easier with my son. And then once I had my daughter, I literally got postpartum depression. I got PTSD. I was diagnosed with everything in the book. And I didn't realize it was because I was having a mini-me. Wow. And the fear of what I experienced in life, it could happen to her.
Wow.
So sometimes, I will say my daughter's very privileged. In other words, she is spoiled. But at the same time, it's because I've worked hard to provide that to her. And I don't want her to ever, I know what it was. Not that my parents didn't provide. They provide everything they could. Yeah. And which was enough to get me through life. But those extra things.
But you always wanted more.
Yeah, those little extra things. I don't want my daughter to ever feel she needs to go out and get it from anyone else. Yeah. So I always buy my daughter flowers. She always has fresh flowers because I don't want no little boy or girl, whatever she prefers, to be like, that's like standing the bar for her. Like, no, my mom gives me flowers. We got to upgrade, bring stuff up your game. So it's just even that, and she experienced something scary recently, and so what I did was in her room I did basically a manifestation board for her, like her whole back wall. I got hot pink, put her name up, I did some prayers up there, and I printed out pictures of only just this year for her to understand her importance in our lives and what she brings to our life. And and when she saw it, it hit home. And I needed to do that for her, and I continue to tell her I love you. But she brings out a lot from me too, because I'm not that affectionate mommy. It never was. I was like my kids, again, like my friends' daughters are the same. Yeah. They will fall. They'll be like, my daughter will fall. Look at her. You bleeding? No.
Traditional Puerto Rican.
Yeah. So, and my daughter's the opposite.
Is it maybe our parents that they were like that?
Absolutely.
They never showed me that, so they, ay, mira, te quiero mucho, I love you, be careful. Yeah, it wasn't like that.
No.
And with my kids, I don't want to say that I'm a helicopter mom, but I let them know every chance I have, and especially now.
I do now, and again, experiencing what I did with my daughter, but my daughter's the opposite. She wants to be under me, hugging me. She wants abrazo. She wants to sleep with me, and I'm like, okay, I know this is what you need right now, but I want to sleep alone.
Oh, wow.
But my dad, my parents been together 40 plus years. Mm-hmm. And my dad was a very respectful man raising me. I'm a daddy's girl. My dad, always made sure, even though I had batas, they were shorts, you never sit on a man's lap. Yeah. My dad showed me respectful affection. You know what I mean? He wasn't into like dando besos, so we did Eskimo kisses on our nose. He made sure every night that he tucked me in. He gave me a piece of cereal pound cake, because that's his favorite. Like those little memories, and he still does it for my kids. Like he'll see my kids and he just starts crying. I'm like, "Papa, why are you crying?" And he's like,
wow.
Look how big they are. My dad retired just to babysit my son.
That's amazing. I'm not surprised from my dad. I am not. He always was so nice to me.
Yeah.
No matter what, and regardless that I stood in the family or not, he was always nice to me.
Always be like that. So like, and my mom, there's characteristics I do have with her. I love my mom. I'm not gonna, but that
strong Puerto Rican,
very strong individual, and and it's okay to have obstacles and challenges with the one you love. You learn from that, and you want to get better from it. But yeah, that's one of my books I want to write about parenting.
I will definitely be, reading that one.
Yeah, because I want people to understand that there's no manual, and we go through this, and we internalize it. It can be physically, mentally, emotionally. Again, recently divorced, now dating an individual, and seeing like triggers that I'm like, espérate, I thought I outgrew this. So, like, what's going on here?
I can imagine this. Wait a minute. No, this is not. There's a door. Wait a minute. I'm walking through it.
I'm like, I'm very confident. Why am I like emotional right now? So it's just learning those things, learning who I am every day is something that I value. I did feel like personally I did lose myself for a few years, whether it was the marriage or just life in general. But I'm grateful that I'm taking the time, slowing down.
I am so glad that hard times is going to get us where we wanted to be in life, like it or not.
Yeah.
But I'm super proud of you. I the community, you have no idea the impact that you have done with, it doesn't have to be younger people, it's just friends that they are around you. I know your story. You were kind enough to let me know, and I share with you as well. So it just continue doing everything that you're doing, because you are making an incredible impact out there, and we all love you, and we're driving for you, and we want you to be happy, and I can't wait for that new business to scale and continue to do what you do best, which is exactly what you're doing. So
I appreciate your unconditional support.
We're not gonna cry over here, okay? No. We no.
But
and it's okay to cry too, but we're gonna do it without you guys.
But your support has always been there for me, and I'm grateful. Another thing I'm doing next year is with the Latina Institute of Leadership.
Wepa!
I just got my final interview, and I'll be in part of cohort 6. They're still looking for applicants, so any Latinas, look them up. Latinas Emporium.
They're making a big impact.
This is cohort 6. Is very evidence based. You get to do a capstone that's gonna make some impact in your community. And they're looking for all towns. New Haven, Bridgeport, New London.
And there's so many out there.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, I seen the first, the second, the third, and it's like we always know, that one, we know that one, we know half of the crew, we know the whole crew. But there's so many out there. Take a chance on yourself and just do it. If you don't do it now, do it next year, but do it now, because the time is now.
And it's always good to learn your leadership style.
Yep.
And know where your challenges, not even challenges, obstacles, and your strengths are.
Yeah.
Because it's really important on how you lead.
Surrounded with women like that, yes. And that's the beautiful thing about, that program, that basically even if you don't know how to balance it, they will have the answer,
And they do all kinds of sectors: for-profit, non-profit, government, education. That's so phenomenal. You get everyone's perspective. Yeah. And I think that's what drawn me to it. I was lucky enough by you to get nominated for the Latina Champion Award. That was in 2024. Yeah. That was another great experience that I had last year. experiencing that. Sonia's like, oh, by the way, I nominated you. I'm like, okay. And then I got the phone call. I won. I was like, oh, okay.
No, you won it fair and square, by the way. It was just, you see those opportunities that you say, oh, that will be perfect, Veronica. And I'm so glad. I think that I missed it. I don't know why.
No, you were there.
I was there?
I have pictures of you.
Oh, my goodness.
You had a yellow dress with yellow flowers.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I went for you. I went for you. I was like, oh, my goodness. Viste.
And that was like really my first award since like 2018. And again, this is not something, we don't do it for awards. But
it's good to be recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was cohort 2018 for the 40 under 40 Hartford Business Journal.
That's
in 2018.
right.
So that was like my first big award. And then last year I got Latina champion.
And then many the other ones.
Yeah,
to come.
I had
my goodness.
I also received the 100 Women of Color from June Archer.
I
And then
love that.
this year I received the the CT Mujer Award.
The Brenda one.
No, not Brenda. It was the lady from, I forgot her name. I am so sorry. I'm horrible.
It's okay. Hey, listen, we just.
But it was a great award and acknowledgement. They acknowledged 14 Latinas that did work in Connecticut, and then I got the Polaris Connection Award from Leadership Greater Hartford.
They're doing amazing things.
That was a great thing. A lot of my cohort Quest members were there. I was cohort 2024 because there were so many of us who graduated from Quest. But yeah, just again, like those things and having the opportunity to do speaking engagements and
I see you a lot doing that now on. I would love to hear you more in platforms that you can actually share in different things about your life. I think people will embrace you. And they need to hear it.
Well, for that, if anybody's interested, y'all can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on the Veronica Ruiz or Visionary Youth. But yeah.
Where's the launch?
Well, it's baby steps.
Okay.
But it's going to be in 2026. But we are doing events. We did 40 boxes with a partnership with Gable's Basket Brigades.
Oh, wow.
And we were able to give 40 Thanksgiving baskets out to the community.
And you just opened and you did that.
Yeah, that was literally like...
Wow.
The week of.
No excuses.
Yeah, and then we're also looking for individuals to adopt an elderly. It's nothing more than $25. You can send the cash or go buy like pajamas, socks, and donate it. Give it to us, and we will make sure if you need a tax exempt form, I can also provide that from the organization. But I think every month me and my partner's goal is to provide a resource or something, not only to the same target population, but to everyone. And different groups, different genders, age, and everything. And at the same time, having youth do it with us. Yeah. Because we need to teach them. We need to lead by
example. It's not only the donation, you have to be involved.
The purpose and behind it. And, it sounds like a lot. I feel like, it's very... it's not streamlined because some organizations they do workforce YouTube, and I'm like, but why do we have to pick? Yeah, they do wraparound services. That's basically I want to do wraparound services to my community, and that's what I want. And because there is that stigma. Oh, you from Hartford? Yeah, I am a product from Hartford. And I'm proud of it. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. And
it just changes the narrative. It changes the story. So that means a lot.
And to be honest, being from Hartford, I think gave me a little edge on my new role at my job. I am currently the new director of Family Schools and Community Partnerships for Vernon Public Schools.
Phenomenal. That's right.
Yeah, and I'm also the McKinney-Vento liaison. So just being able to work with our Hartford community, I can bring those resources, those skill sets.
That you don't have to be in Hartford to make the change.
Yes.
This is the first time that you're out of Hartford?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did Manchester for the school at their Manchester Public School. I was at the alternative school. But this is the first time all my 15 plus years of nonprofit work comes together, and I'm doing it in another town.
That's phenomenal. You're gonna do great, and you're gonna put Hartford in another level from
absolutely
that part of
because we're just still building those relationships.
And your relationship and opportunities like that. Absolutely. So can you imagine?
Then giving me the opportunity to just showcase what I've learned is something that's like it wakes me up every morning. I'm like, okay, I got this. It's a new day, new challenge. Let's go.
I love that. But you gotta say something in Spanish completamente porque esto es en Financial Podcast. Well, So, ¿qué puedes decirle a todo, como algo, estamos en diciembre, ¿qué le puedes decir a toda esa gente positiva para
Positiva.
algo de tu corazón?
Sí, primero mi español no es very good, pero lo vamos a hacer lo mejor que yo puedo. Y eso es algo que tengo que practicar, porque la nena mía también quiere mejorar el español de ella. Y sale, pero a veces tú sabes, las palabras se le olvidan a uno.
Tú lo estás haciendo bien, olvídate, métele mano.
Pero un mensaje positivo a todo el mundo es que mañana es siempre un día nuevo. Lo que pasó ayer, lo que pasó en este momento, uno nunca lo puede cambiar. Más que levántate, dale la gracia a Dios y sigue para adelante.
I love it. ¿Viste? Gracias. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Hopefully all of you had a good moment with your, if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a friend, send this little video because, in fact, you got me almost in tears earlier. Like, I was like holding it. Like, this is not Oprah. Hold on a minute. But thank you so much for, stopping by, having a minute, and just coming over because I don't invite everybody. The people that I invite is because I truly believe that there's a story behind the story. So, muchísimas gracias por venir.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you.
And, cheers to 2026.
Oh, my goodness. Cheers. Bye, guys.
That was fun.
I told you.